Welcome to my channel, Sandy Toe Tarot. My name is Laura. It is a pleasure to be with you today, and it's a pleasure to read these cards for you today. I'm doing another yes or no pick a card. It has been a few weeks since I've done one, and my subscribers know that I like to keep a fresh one out there all of the time because you guys have new questions all of the time, and I like doing them, and you guys like them, so that's cool by me. So many of you know the drill, but I'm going to go through it anyway. I do have some cards down here. When I pull your pile that you choose, I will tell you immediately whether it's a yes or no. Sometimes it is a maybe, I will tell you that. So then you will have the answer to your question. And then I will also read the story that comes out in the cards. There's always some additional information in the cards or some story in the cards. Maybe some clues about what it's a yes to, that kind of thing. I will put some guidelines in the description box below on how to choose a pile if you've never done a pick a card reading before, but my subscribers definitely know how to do them, so I'll just go ahead and get started. Some of my subscribers like to choose based on the stone that's on the pile, so I will tell you what those are. Clear quartz crystal on pile 1. On pile 2, and I did choose these blindly, I had my eyes closed, so there might be messages in here for you guys if you want to look up the stones and see what they might have, what meaning they might have. So this is a mix, but it has bloodstone in it, I do know that for sure. Pile 3 is a garnet. I chose that one actually not blindly. I chose it because garnet is my birthstone. I was born in January, and my birthday is January 30th. So I wanted to put the garnet on that this time. I don't know why. Maybe because it's getting close to my birthday, and I was thinking about it. On pile 4, a brown jasper. All right. So make your decision about which pile you think is going to be answering your question. And it has to be a question that can be answered with a yes or no. Click on the timestamp in the description box below, and that will take you directly to that part in the reading. I do want to say, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And also, if you've not subscribed, please do so and hit that bell so you'll be notified when I upload new videos. Okay, so choose your pile, and let's go ahead and get started. I'll see you at your reading. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 1, these are going to be your messages for this pick a card reading. Pile 1 did have that lovely clear quartz crystal on it. That's a biggie too. I like that. I'm going to go ahead and pull these cards all out at the same time. If I need to pull additional cards through the process of the reading, I will definitely do that, but we're going to start here. You got the Ace of Swords, the 5 of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man. To go with that, ooh, 2 aces. You got the Ace of Pentacles, the 8 of Wands, and the 7 of Pentacles. I like this for you guys. Okay, this is a yes. Whatever your question is about, this is a yes. And it's really, the message here is really very general. It's about something that you've been working on. There was a very definite delay. There was some questioning about whether it's something that you want to pursue or not because it was not paying off at all. You got that poverty card in there. You got the Hangman, which talks about a timeout. So that's kind of where you've been in this situation. It's something you loved. It was a dream that you had. It's something that you really wanted to pursue, and you put a lot of work into it, but nothing was happening. There was definitely a delay. So what's happening now is you're moving into a big victory on this thing that you've been working really hard on, because new ideas, new inspiration, something new is coming in to maybe a new communication or offers from several different places. Something new is coming in to move this forward and brings you a yes to something that you were wondering actually whether it's would ever be a yes. You got these beautiful 2 aces here. The Ace of Swords talks about a victory. It does talk about sometimes a victory in the face of adversity. So as far as timing, this is happening pretty fast. And I think for some of you, it may have already started happening at the winter solstice. What if you can think back to that time, December 21st, what was going on, if something new started happening, if you saw things in a different way, maybe you shifted your perception, maybe you got a little bit of information that said, oh, that helped you find the new direction. Whatever it is, for some of you, it started happening at the winter solstice, and the new beginning that's coming to you is in the winter still. This is a winter card. This is a winter card. Even though they're two different aces, it's two different decks. So if you notice this bear is coming out. This bear is in the cave there. So it does represent the winter solstice in this deck. In the regular universal weight, this is just how I learned to read the cards. The aces have timings in there, and the Ace of Swords talks about winter time. December, January, February. So we are in January right now. So whatever you're asking about, it's a yes, and it's a yes coming pretty quickly, like really quickly, if it hasn't already started. This is a card of winter too. I just feel like some movement happened this winter. Okay, I love this for new jobs, new financial situations, new projects, new starts to old projects. And with the Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, it kind of does have that feel of something to do with your coin, with your money, with your foundation, root chakra, foundation, food, clothing, shelter, those kinds of things. Like maybe you were going to buy a house, you wanted to buy a house, and something was really blocking that. You were working hard toward it, and then it was blocked. Now it's moving forward. Maybe you wanted a career in X, whatever X might be. You worked really, really hard for it. Something was blocking it for a bit. Now you're moving forward. It's that kind of thing. All right, so now that doesn't mean your message necessarily has to do with something to do with your pentacles. Like I said, you do have just a victory. Could just be a project. Whatever it is, it inspires you. It's something that you really, really wanted to do. So congratulations. It's always nice to move forward after being, stuck for a period of time. That's a bad feeling. I hate the stuck feeling. I like to keep moving. That's probably one of the hardest things about this pandemic is things just didn't move. Everything was very stagnant. Okay, but that's over. All right, so, well, I mean, I'm not saying that from a health perspective. Please, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a, what do you call it, epidemiologist? Yeah, I think that's what they call themselves. Anyway, I'm not that. I just feel like for me, it's over. I'm not playing anymore. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and get final words of wisdom from Spirit for you guys on this particular reading right here, which is really good. Really, really, really good and positive. Okay. You got the Moon card. Take note of intuitive messages. I do feel like I said, there's information coming in, and that may be intuitive for some of you. Also, pay attention to the moon phases, because new moons are new beginnings, right? And full moons are times to release things. So if you need to release this old and let it go, then once you do that, then on the new moon, then this new thing comes in. So that may be for some of you. That's not going to be for all of you, particularly if you really pay that much attention to the moon phases. But for those of you that do, this is just kind of an extra message for you guys to just take note of that when you're making decisions and applying for jobs and doing whatever it is that you're doing. And this is interesting too. Mercury is retrograde right now. Although this is a timeless reading, but right now Mercury is retrograde. So this being something that you have been working on in the past coming back, it makes perfect sense. Most of you know Mercury retrograde is not good times to start new things, but if it's something from your past that you've been working on, then it's okay to start something new. And that's particularly with accepting job offers and that kind of thing, because they do say The people, the powers that be, the people that know about these kinds of things, do say that when Mercury is retrograde, if you do accept an offer, and let's face it, you're broke, you need food, you got to pay the rent. If someone offers you a job in Mercury retrograde, you're going to take that job, right? Life moves on. You can't stop life. So what they say about that is, if you do accept a job during Mercury retrograde, it's going to be fine. It's going to turn out to be a little bit different than what you thought it was going to be. So you can't stop your life, right? Okay. But for some of you, your intuitive communications coming to you from spirit, through your dreams, however it is that you watching the clouds, however it is that you get your intuitive messages, those are going to be important in this moving forward thing, in this new beginning you got coming here. I'm going to go one more on the messages. Hunter, track down your fears and desires. I love this card. I love the meaning behind this card. So what this is saying is that whatever it is, when you can figure it out, whatever it is that you're afraid of, that tells you what you want. And for those people who do kind of have trouble manifesting because they're not really sure what they want, and believe me, I've been there many times in my life. It's like, I don't even know what I want, If you figure out what you're afraid of, then it will show you, your fears will show you what it is that you desire. For instance, let's say that you have that fear that a lot of people have of speaking in public. Once you figure that out, that is a big fear for you. It tells you that what you really want is to be comfortable speaking in public. You want to deliver messages to people. Maybe you have to. Maybe it's like a work situation and you have to deliver messages to people. You have to get up in front of people and talk. So because you're so afraid of it, it tells you that what you really want is to be able to do this effortlessly and well. So therefore, you go join Toastmasters, or you start practicing. You can do it yourself, or you Google, how to speak in public. Anyway, any way that you can, you find out how to do it and you start practicing it and you start honing the skill because you've determined that is what you want. You really want to be comfortable with it. You really want to be able to do it well. Okay. So that's all I have for pile ones. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Take care. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 2, these are going to be your messages for the yes or no pick a card. Pile 2 did have that mixed stone on it, and I don't know everything that's in it, but I do know there is bloodstone in it. Okay. So in case you missed the intro, I'm going to pull all these cards at the same time. I will get you a yes, no, or maybe in the beginning. And if that's all you're looking for, that's fine. You can go ahead and click off of it. There's always a story in the cards, or there's additional information in the cards. So after I give you the yes or no, I will also go into what I see in the cards. You guys got quite a few universal weight. So let's see what we got here. Judgment, the High Priestess, the 9 of Cups, the 6 of Cups, and the Lovers. Okay, let's see what additional messages you guys got through the Druidcraft Tarot. You got the 2 of Wands, the Death card, and Sir Nunos, which corresponds to the Devil in the card in the Rider-Waite. Okay, so you got the Devil and Death, like that. Okay, this is definitely a yes. And we have a love message in here, which I like to see because I don't get those very often. Okay. So as I said before, this is in pile 1. This is a timeless reading. So whenever you pick up this reading and choose this pile, to me, there's a message here for you. And it, you know, not always. And if there's not, you can just click off of it and go on about your business. But whenever you find this reading, there's a message here for you. But Mercury is retrograde right now. So when I see this Six of Cups here in a Mercury retrograde with Lovers here and Cernunnos, with the meaning of Cernunnos in the Druidcraft Tarot and not the Universal Weight Tarot, to me that's somebody from your past that's coming back in to offer you something in the way of a relationship. You're going to have to make a decision about it. There's definitely a choice here. And I'm going to actually go into this a little bit because I want to see what this choice is. But Cernunnos in this Druidcraft Tarot is not about, you know, the Devil card can be a lot about addictions and stuck. And it's not, there's no evil in the Druid tradition. There's no such thing as evil. So there's, you know, that devil bit of it that's trying to lie to you about stuff that you get in the Universal Weight just doesn't happen in the Druidcraft. It's about lust. It's about those earthly indulgences that feel so good. And it does, and it can talk about, you know, overindulgence if the other cards support that, and I'm not seeing that here. It's really just talking about enjoying your sensuality because you are a human being here having a human experience, so you can taste things and you can smell things and you can touch things, and it's that kind of sensuality. And with a love reading, that talks about a sexual relationship to me. There's definitely sexual chemistry in this relationship that is coming back to some of you. If it is not one that's already existed and is coming back, it is a relationship that you have to make a decision about that is kind of something that you desired. It's like you, even when you were a child, it was the kind of relationship that you wanted, or it has that nostalgic feel to it, like when you were young and you were in love, like pretend like you're in high school and it's your first love and whatever. It has that feel to it, this relationship does, or it reminds you of someone from your past. Okay, so all these other cards over here, you've got this is a big transformation here. And because you got death, that's a transformation. You got the Judgment card, waking up to life. There's been an ending, and you have a new beginning that's happening. It's very abundant. Okay, so you got this Nine of Cups, which talks about, I mean, that can talk about overindulgence a little bit too, but it's really just being satiated. It's like it's wish fulfillment. It's whatever you wish for is coming to you. But it's just having everything that you need, really. It's an abundance card. With the Cernunnos, that can talk about that material thing too, right? Because that's material. Money, jobs, houses. It's luxuries. So whatever it is you guys ask for, it's yes, but it's like at the top. It's like the pinnacle of what it is that you wanted, whether it's love or whether it's a new house, or maybe it's just new clothes. But there's a very earthy kind of feel to this reading. Although you do have the High Priestess here, which talks about intuition, talks about spirituality. In this case, I'm just kind of getting that you used you're using, I guess you're using your intuition to get you what you want, basically. The Two of Wands talks about prospecting. It talks about looking out on the world and finding out what it is you want. But I feel like this has kind of happened in the past, because you do have this wish fulfillment card here and this Judgment card. Like, you've had a wake-up call. There was some kind of ending for you guys. Maybe it was a relationship, maybe it was a job. Maybe there was a period of mourning, but it's not anymore. You're in that transformation stage of that mourning process. Because something happens, something ends. You go through the mourning process where you're a little bit depressed about it. You kind of don't know what to do, so you kind of have to rest and kind of get yourself on an even keel before you can put your wishes back out into the universe, before you even know what it is, before you can even do that prospecting part, right? There's a time there. There's a time lag. So you've already, to me, this coming up the way it's coming up, you've already done all that. You've gone through that whole process. You've put your wish out into the universe, and now it is coming back to you. I want to see the Lover's card because I want to see what the choice, the Lovers always indicates there's a choice that has something to do with love, and this is a general reading, so it's probably going to be different for all of you. But with this card, it's maybe somebody's coming back to you want something in a way of relationship, but you're already involved with someone else, or you can want something else and not have time for a relationship right now. The Lovers does indicate a choice that has to do with love, but it's not necessarily two people. So it will probably be different for all of you, but I just want to see. Show me this Lover's card. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, you got that wish fulfillment again. You got a victory. You got the Six of Wands. You got the Queen of Pentacles, which might be a person. And you got the Ace of Pentacles. Whew, that's some big guns, and that's double down on that wish fulfillment thing. Okay. For some of you, I feel like something you've been wishing for in the material realm, a new job, a new house, money, could just be money. But a new beginning in your material life is happening. But you got this Lover's card covering it, which means that you're going to have to make a decision. And I feel like associated with this, there's a decision involved. And I feel like for some of you, it's a decision about somebody and taking this offer, or going back to somebody from your past. Like maybe you can't have this new job in this other city and still date this person from your past. Does that make sense? Like they live here, this job is over there. I can't have both of those things, so I'm gonna have to make a decision. But I am gonna stop clarifying these cards because I could go, the deeper you go, the more specific it gets. And I am very interested in this story. If you were sitting in front of me, I would have to know about several of these cards here. Tell me about that, tell me a little bit more about that. But I do feel like that this choice in love may be different for all of you. This is just like some of you that there's something that you wish for out there, and you have to make a decision between that and a person that you've already left behind, that you've already broken up with. There was an ending to that relationship. It's coming back around. But you have your sights set on other things. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. Anything else in general about this reading? Again, it's very lush. It's very lusty. It's very opulent. It is your wish fulfillment, like we're talking yachts and mansions and that kind of thing. So it's real, I mean, whatever is big to you, that's going to be different for all y'all too. But whatever it is that you would think, oh, that's the lap of luxury. I have this wish out there to the universe, but who would think that I would ever get it? It's coming into you. Okay. So final words of wisdom from our angels and ancestors. Let's just see. Final words of wisdom for pile 2. What do you got? Eagle. See from a higher perspective. Definitely for you guys that have to make a decision. Look at it from the highest perspective you can possibly get to. Go higher. Because like I said, this is really lusty. This is really a great sexual relationship, but will that sustain you? Does it have long-term potential? Should you risk not taking this job for this thing that, yes, feels good, but is it the end? I mean, is it long-term? You got to look at it from a higher perspective and not just how I feel right now. Okay, that's all I have for my pile twos. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Take care of yourself and each other. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 3 with the Garnet, these are going to be your messages for the yes or no. Pick a card. If you missed the intro, I am going to pull all these cards at the same time. I will get you a yes, no, or maybe to your question right up front. That way you will at least have the answer to your question. There's always additional information in the cards, or there's a story that comes out in the cards. So whatever comes out, I'll also talk about that too. But if that does not pertain to you, you can just click off of it once you got your answer. All right, so let's look at what we got for universal weight. You got the 10 of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Full card, the 5 of Pentacles, the 8 of Swords, and the 9 of Swords. Okay, I don't even think I have to read these for you guys. That's a no. Whatever it is that you're asking about, it is a no. Now, sometimes you want to know, so that's good if you do want to know, because there's definitely a new beginning. There's definitely a new start. There's definitely a leap of faith that comes into you, an opportunity to take a leap of faith that comes into you really quickly. But whatever this is that you're asking about is a no. You got the 8 of Swords, which it talks about being closed in. You got the 9 of Swords, which means anxiety. You got the 5 of Pentacles, which means going it alone. You got the 10 of Pentacles, or 10 of Swords, which means being stabbed in the back. If you did this thing, if you went into this situation, if you got a yes, if you got the affirmative for this situation, whatever it is that you're asking about, it would not be good. There would be a lot of anxiety around it. People would probably stab you in the back. It would definitely end anyway. You would feel like you were closed in. You would feel like you were alone in this situation. You would feel like you are not supported. And it would not be good. Whatever it is that you're asking about, that's going to be different for all of you, I am sure. The good news is you got this Full card here. Let this go. And if you can do that, I mean, it hasn't been good. You got a progression of not good here. You got 8, 9, 10 of Swords. So whatever the situation is, it's progressively gotten worse and worse and worse. If you let go of it, something new swoops right in behind it and you get a new start. But you got to let it go. Okay? That was a very quick reading, so I don't know what else to say. That is what this message is saying. Let's look at this Full for you guys to see what it might be that's coming in for y'all. Show me this Full card. Show me this Full card for pile 3. Oh, nice. Oh, okay. One more on this Full card. Okay, I like this, you guys. Yeah. Okay, show me this 10 of Swords, just to be clear. Okay, so like I said, this could be very different for all of you, but I just want to see what might be ending here, what it is that you might need to let go of. Show me this 10 of Swords here. Okay, so for some of you, you need to let go of a competition that you have with somebody else. you need to cut somebody out of your life, a Queen of Pentacles type of energy. So that's an earthy kind of energy, or it's an Aquarius energy. It needs to be cut out of your life. It could be an older person, older woman who is very practical, very good with the earthly kind of things, very grounded, very stable, and you need to cut them out so that you can move forward. Is it mom? It might be mom. And I don't mean I don't mean cut your mom out of your life. I mean, you know, move forward, like, for a while. It's time to leave home kind of thing. It's time to stop depending on her kind of thing, okay? So that you can move out to new adventures. And I feel like that's exactly what this is, because the Two of Wands is all about prospecting. It's all about looking out on the whole world. See that? He's got the world in his hands, and deciding what it is that you want to do with your life and where you want to go. And you're deciding. It may actually involve travel for some of you. You're walking away from this situation, and it might just be, look at that homey, abundant life, a real stability, and that may just be what you need to let go of, the stability, to have an adventure, because you are walking away from this to go out into something and do something that you don't know how it's going to turn out, but it looks good. The prospects are good, right? You have everything that you need in your tool belt to be able to pull this off, to be able to manifest whatever it is that you decide that you want, and you're definitely going to do that. For some of you, this is a spiritual card. It's feminine spirituality, so it's intuition. It's like psychics and tarot readers and that kind of stuff. For some of you, I think you might be looking for a spiritual path, or this path that you want to take has some kind of spiritual meaning to it, to you. Like a spirit quest, go to an ashram, go to some kind of retreat, my son wants to go hiking the trails, like in North America, all of them, the Continental Divide, the Pacific Coast Highway, the Appalachian Trail. It takes months and months to do them. To him, that is like a spiritual quest, to kind of find himself, find a center, that kind of thing. So it could be something like that for some of you. Whatever it is, it's an adventure. It takes you away from this comfy, cozy, and what I feel like may even be a false sense of comfy, cozy, because it's not that pleasant. If you look at it, it's not that pleasant. So let it go. Cut it off. Let it go. You're getting some clarity about that, what it is that you need to cut out of your life. You're getting clarity. And then you will find out what this adventure is for you. It's different for all of y'all, and you're going to go do it. All right. Let's just get final words of wisdom for pile 3. Final words of wisdom for pile 3. Oh, wow. Animal guardian, trust your instincts. Oh, I like that. Look at that. That's fantastic. Yeah. Okay. So first of all, pay attention to animal messages. If you see an animal over and over again, you can there's books about that, like meanings from animal spirits. You can Google it and find out what the meaning of is for a particular animal. So the first message I'm getting from here is pay attention to the animals around you. If you do have an animal guide that you know of, or an animal spirit, or an animal totem, or whatever you want to call it, go back and read what that means, because there's a message in there for you. But the most important message in here is just trust your instincts as you move forward. You're going to have to, because whatever this new thing is that you're going out to do, this new adventure, this new quest, It may even be a new job for you guys, or pursuit of a new job, or a new career, or that kind of thing. It is a total leap of faith for y'all. You have to trust your instincts, because that's all you got, really, right here. That's all you got. This is also a message of using your intuition. So that's going to be really important going forward. You know what? I'm going to get a sacred traveler for y'all, because you got this movement. I do feel like there might be some travel attached to this. New adventure. So let's just look at final message. Okay, this is the final message from the sacred traveler. Final message for pile 3. What do you got? Journey by moonlight, believe in magic. You know, when I was just thinking when I was pulling this card, this has a nature tone to it too. So you might actually be going, like I was talking about my son going hiking, you might actually be going on something like that. And look how much nature is in this card too. There's also some magic in it. I love this. I feel like you guys are on the verge of something really exciting. And what I really feel is that it takes you back to nature. It takes you back to the basics of humanity and where we start. And nature is so important to our soul growth that I feel like a lot of you, that's why this spiritual card, it's a spiritual journey for y'all. Wow, that's exciting. Okay, that's all I have for my pile 3s. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Take care of yourselves and each other. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 4, these are going to be your messages for the yes or no pick a card reading. Pile 4 did have that brown Jasper on it. So if you missed my intro, I'm going to pull all these cards out first and get you a definitive yes, no, or maybe. It can be a maybe, I will tell you that. There will also be a message in the cards or some kind of story in the cards, and I will tell you what I find there too. But if that does not pertain to you, at least you will have your answer to your question and you can move on and enjoy your day. Wowza. Jesus. Okay. You got the sun. You got the... that was weird. You got the 9 of Wands. You got the Ace of Pentacles. You got the 6 of Wands. And you got the World. Jesus. I bet I don't even have to read this for y'all. Okay. You got the 9 of Wands again. So that's a double down on that 9 of Wands. You got the Full card. And you got the High Priest. Wow. Okay. This is a definite yes. There is no doubt whatsoever about this. This is a yes. The Sun card is always a yes in a yes or no reading. So you got that right off the bat. And then you got the World card, which talks about one cycle in your life ending and another one beginning. You got the Ace of Pentacles, which talks about a new beginning. You got the 6 of Wands, which talks about a victory. So if you are applying for a job, if you've been applying for a job, if you want a new job, if you want a new job that's somewhere else, you got the Full card here. Talks about going out on a new adventure and not knowing how it's going to turn out, but being very hopeful and taking a leap of faith. It's a great time to take a leap of faith. The cards are stacked for you, not against you. The High Priest talks about institutions. For some of you, it can be a legit, it's not like going out on your own in an entrepreneurial thing. It's a legit job offer from an institution. Now let's talk about what that is. It can be, it's the High Priest, so traditionally it was about the church, but it's just those big organizations. So it can actually be a big company. It can be a hospital. It can be government entities. What else is is an institution? It can be a college or a school system. So whatever it is, I feel like for a lot of you, it does have to do with some organized, and I'm totally picking up new job. Breaking free from the past, moving forward, winning. If like I said, if you're in competition for a job or you're applying for a job, there's stiff competition and you are coming out so far above the other ones. The other people applying for this job, you are the candidate for this job. But here's why. Because you've worked so hard at it. Look at this 9 of Wands twice. You deserve this because you have been working your butt off. And I just heard for 9 years. Some of you have been working on this for 9 or 10 years. You have been working your butt off. You've put in the work. You are battle worn, man. And there have been some times that you have wanted to give up this fight. You didn't know if you could do it. And, you know, you just dug deep and pushed through that last battle. And there was always another battle. There was always one last battle. I got this one last hurdle. I got this one last hurdle. And it kept going and going and going. This one hurdle that you have to cross before you can have this amazing new beginning in your whole. I think it just impacts. It may be a new job, but it impacts your whole job. Some of you will your whole life. Some of you will be moving, like changing locations for this job. It takes you out into the world. Not just your backyard, the whole world. It's big. It's bigger. It's way bigger than you actually even dreamed of when you were trying to work toward this goal that you had, this career or whatever it was. Nice, nice, nice reading for you guys. Wow, that's amazing. It's a big yes. Whatever it is that you're asking for, it is a big yes. It moves you forward. New adventure, new wealth, new money, new happy. That's just joy and happiness, okay? That sun card, that is just tremendous joy and happiness. And it's a victory because you're getting this because you deserve it. It's karmic. It's coming back to you because you deserve it. You've worked so hard for it. All right. Final words of wisdom for pile 4 from our angels and ancestors. Just want to see what final words of wisdom you got for this amazing, amazing, amazing reading. This is the best out of all of them, actually. The best. None of them were bad, but this one's really good. All right. Pile 4, what do you got? Hermit, retreat and recharge. Okay, so I think this is kind of twofold. I think it's kind of what you had to do, like you had to recharge, but I think it's what you need to do now too. Because when this hits, let's see if I can get a time frame for this. 0, 1, 0, 1. Show me a time frame for this brand new, amazing beginning for pile 4. Show me a time frame. Okay, the first thing I heard when I said show me a time frame was 0 to 1. This is, for some of you, this is happening within the next month. 0 to 1 month. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you click on it, it's the right time for you. For some of you, I'm getting Leo season, which is, what is that? End of July, beginning of August. And I think the reason I'm getting that for some of y'all is some of you, it's because you've been working on an education, like a college degree or something, maybe a master's degree or a PhD or something really, really hard. August is kind of the time when people graduate. So I feel like that's for some of you guys. For some of you, it's happening within the next month. I feel like you need to take some time right now, like right now, to do those things that you have to do alone that feed your soul, like meditation, or he's meditating there, obviously, if you do yoga, whatever it is that you do to take care of yourself and to recharge, eating right, getting enough sleep, and playing out in nature. You know, that's a way people recharge a lot too. Going for long walks, whatever that is, because it's getting ready to hit. And when it hits, it is full steam ahead, y'all. This is awesome. I'm so happy for you. All right, until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Do take care of yourselves and each other.